Good day, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is. Purpose was the last thing I believe I spoke about. Purpose, purpose, purpose. In order to get to your purpose, you must get to your inner layer of truth. You have to peel away the layers, especially if you are not a child. A lot of children already know. They have an idea. Whatever they're attracted to, whatever they're drawn to, whatever they love, that's getting to their purpose. And as parents, as guardians, as the adults, it is our position to make sure that we horn in on that so they won't be so confused when they get older. So they'll know, okay, now this is what I meant to do, and this is what I meant to do, and this is what I meant to do, and there's no mistakes. Some children know at a young age, and they're just adamant about it. That's just their personality. Most of the time, we get lost in the source because there's a lot going on in the States. Ooh, it's a lot of confusion. Make you think you want to be a basketball player because you see somebody putting a basketball in the hoop and it looks so cool. Make you think you want to be a rapper because somebody's lyrics is so awesome. You like, whoa, that was prolific. Make you think you want to be a singer and a dancer and an actor. So many different distractions from us getting to our purpose. Yet we all have purpose, and everybody's purpose is significant. It's significant. You don't have to be why would you want fame? Why would you want that? Like, why would you want people that you don't know wanting you so bad they just want to peel a piece of your clothes off and your hair out? That is, why would you want that? Anywho, everybody has a purpose. Every single being, human being, has a purpose. Now, I try to do what I can to stay on course with what my purpose is. And right now, I'm about love. It's easy for me to love. Love is a very easy thing for me to do. So the way I have lived my life, thank goodness, has been, sharing my love in ways that can help other people. Mostly family and friends, sometimes strangers, and a lot of times working for transit people that I just meet simply because I could see that they're hurting or they're going through something. So, sometimes it's information, sometimes it's me sharing information, sometimes it's just listening. It's just that, and I love you and want the best for you. Like, hands down, you don't owe me anything if I put you in a position where you feel like you're better off than you were. You don't owe me anything. Just live your best life. Like, that's what it's all about for me. That is my purpose. So that is why I created a channel, Ascending Bonds of Consciousness, because it is time to release the bonds that ties us to the negativeness of the world, the heaviness of, I just feel that the United States is very heavy. It's very heavy. Like, there's certain parts that's heavier than others. Like, when I would go down south to visit my family, it was always lighter down south than it was up north. And you say to yourself, why is that? Like, why is it, you got this, you go down south with a New York mentality, because people speak to you, be like, well, I don't know you, who do what they want. Because from New York, if a stranger speaks to you, you on guard. You better act like you know. Anywho, sometimes you need a New York attitude in order to survive in New York. Because if you don't, it's like you become a target, and that's unfortunate. So, anywho, Um, I'm saying all that to say that I hope that you can do a little homework, or you did a little homework on the I forgive, because that's another way to get to your purpose. That I forgive is a beautiful thing. I forgive whatever comes to mind, however long it takes. And if you start crying, release it. Don't hold that in, because that's energy, and it's non constructive energy. And the best way to release non constructive energy is determined by you. I say you can use the pillow if it makes you mad, because your anger only covers up your hurt. But if you have to get to the anger first to get to the hurt, to release the hurt, and maybe in releasing the anger, you will release the hurt, I say take a pillow, beat that pillow down so that that energy can be released, so that you can move freely in this world, so that your purpose is no longer covered up by these layers of what other people expect, other people think, whether it's your family, your friends, or society. Because society does have a certain expectation. Who came up with you have to move out at a certain age and you have to be on your own? You know how expensive it is to live in New York? It's a crime how much money they want for rent. It's an insanity. So I have to struggle, like, and I know I do understand my house, my rules. That's a fact. You can't live in somebody else's. You can't live in somebody's house, whether they're your parents, your family, your friends, or strangers, and expect to make up your own rules. That's just a fact. And I moved out when I was 22 or 23. I think I was 23, because I got married at 22, and by the time I found a place to live, because I got married, we was living separately. Um, oh, it was a Valentine's Day thing. Anyway, by the time I found a place, it was maybe about 4 months after we got married. Yes, I did it. Anywho, um, and I lived with my husband at the time for about 6.5 years before I had to come back and save up some more. I had some wonderful parents, because my credit was all messed up. Woo-wee. The things you do for love, the things you do for love. Anywho, so, and when I left, we had just signed a new lease. So guess who was responsible for that new lease? It was a 2-year lease, yes. And I wasn't there, but I paid an entire year. Yes, that I was not there. I had peace of mind, though. I had peace of mind. That's a beautiful thing. Peace of mind is everything. Anywho, I did move into a studio first before I moved back with my parents. I moved into a studio, and I was living with my god sister. It was a alcove. Well, it had like a little area that you could make into a bedroom, but it was like her boyfriend was there so often. I said, you know what? Let me just give them the apartment. Well, I didn't really give them the apartment. Give her the apartment. I paid half the rent. She stayed until the lease was up, and then she moved out. And I had moved in with my parents. I think we lived together for maybe about 3 to 6 months. And then, so I was still responsible for that. And later I realized I was still responsible for another year's rent at the other place. So, it was like, okay, let me just move in with my parents and save up some money. They don't have strict rules where I have to be in the house at a certain time. It's just that you can't have no male company, and I was fine with that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Peace of mind is everything. So anyway,